So now you're going to take and make the flip and sew corners. You're going to make, of course, 4. You're going to use the 3.5-inch square of fabric 12 and a 2-inch squares of 6 and 13. Where did my 13 go? Here it is, right here. Okay, so the first thing that you're going to do is add a 6 to one corner. I've already added it, so there was my square on my 6. And the corner is going to be going on this way and out. You can see it on the picture. And so I've done that first step. Now when you add the second one, you're going to be putting your color 13 on. Let me get my wing clipper out of the way and my folded corner clipper. Boy, you got a lot of tools in use this time. So this one is going to be going this direction. So just because I've done this a lot, I know that my folded corner clipper is going to sit right here. I'm going to be cutting off to turn it. But you can, of course, do a cheater line, looking at the color, or at the line, knowing that your line has to go this direction, and then determining where you put your ruler. That always is helpful. I'm going to line up my 2-inch on the bottom of my fabric, have it straight, make my cut, sew it, and then this will flip out this direction. Okay, so I'll just stick a pin there right now just to save time. Pretend it's sewn, and this would flip out this direction. So the only last thing that you have to do is sew your center block. You're going to take in the cut 5-inch square that you've cut in quarters. And that's is that fabric 5?
12.
I'm sorry, fabric 12. And you have your 5-inch squares. Well,
this is 12.
This is 12 and this is 5. Your 5-inch. Where am I here? I got lost. Okay. You take your cut 2.5-inch squares of fabric, and you're going to cut them in half. There you are. Okay. You're going to cut them in half. You're going to cut both of those in half, and then you're going to take your 1 center block of your 2 5/8 inch square from fabric 8 and your fabric 12s. You're going to cut them in half, and you're going to do a square and a square. You can see the directions. The first thing that I do is I fold these in half and get my center square. I just kind of iron it, find the center and the center of my triangle, match them up, put a little pin in there, sew that on, and do the same on the opposite side. Once you have that on, cut those points off. And then I'm just going to find, again, the center here and the center there. The center of these triangles, match those up and sew those on. Now, you do have to cut this down to a 3.5-inch square. Okay, it doesn't tell you on the directions, but we know that because everything else is 3.5 inches. So you have to find the center point of this, and what's half of 3.5 is 1 3/4. So you're going to take your ruler and measure it 1 3/4, and I'll show that Saturday morning since I don't have this sewn, but you'll just take your ruler and measure that, and making sure to maintain your 1/4 inch all the way around. Okay, so we have our squared center, and we have all of our elements made. I have them in kind of pieces here, but we have our corner blocks, we have our flip corner larger. Now the important thing is, I forgot to mention this, we have to put our flying geese on this flip corner. What you have to remember is that you make a 1/4 turn. You don't add the flying geese like this. You turn this and add it like this. So this color here matches. Okay? So when you add this, it's actually turned like this. It's a little bit hard to see in your black and white picture, but you make a little 1/4 turn and then add your flying geese. So you're going to make the 4 units here. So then you'll have all your elements. You have your center, You have this corner, and then you have your other outside corners ready to go. Okay, then it becomes basically a 9 patch with centers, and it's a little bit hard to see here, but the elements do go together with your corners, your flying geese piece, and then your center. And the best thing to do is look at your photograph and then lay them out, and you'll see how the colors spin. And so there's a lot of things going on this month in this block. There's a lot of things to piece. Please don't leave it to the last minute. Check your good 1/4 inch seam so that this square goes together. And I'll see you Saturday morning when we put it all together. Thank you, and I'll see you then.